Good evening from London. Two of the UK's biggest retail names, Tesco and Marks and Spencer, both saw strong trading over Christmas as higher prices boosted their sales. Tesco said like-for-like sales at its UK stores rose by 5.3%, while M&S's grew by 7.2%. The UK's largest supermarket said they had been strong demand for its budget items, though shoppers had also been treating themselves to Tesco's finest range. Meanwhile, M&S said it had performed well across food, clothing and home. The strong performance adds evidence that shoppers were determined to spend at Christmas, despite inflation running at 10.7%. UK trade unions have criticised a new bill aimed at enforcing minimum service levels for the public sector during strikes as undemocratic, unworkable and illegal. Under the proposal, some public sector workers would be required to work during a strike. The business secretary said the aim was to protect lives and livelihoods. Earlier, we spoke to Prem Sikka, who is a member of the House of Lords, on the implications of the proposed bill.
Well, this anti-strike bill is not needed at all. What we need is for the government and employers to give people a decent wage. We have a rate of inflation at the moment which is over 14%. Public sector workers are getting just over 2% a year pay rise, and in the private sector it's closer to 6%. Altogether, the average real wage is less now than it was in 2007. So people are perfectly entitled to go on strike and demand higher wages, because inflation in this country is not caused by higher wages, it's caused by corporate profiteering. It will more or less ban strikes, because what the bill would require is workers or trade unions to provide what they call minimum service. That minimum level of service is not written into law at all. The minister will decide as to what the minimum level of service is. It could be 90% of whatever the norm is, could be 10%, 20%, we do not know. And the other bit in the bill is that those workers who refuse to provide the minimum level of service could be sacked, and the workers who would be required to provide the minimum service would be chosen by employers.
Collapse cryptocurrency exchange FTX has located more than $5 billion of assets, according to an attorney for the firm. However, a U.S. bankruptcy court was told on Wednesday that the extent of losses to customers is still not known. Prosecutors have accused FTX former chief executive Sam Bankman-Fried of orchestrating fraud that may have cost investors, customers and lenders billions of dollars. Mr. Bankman-Fried has pleaded not guilty to charges that he cheated investors. And those are your main stories from London at close of business.